Hey everybody, and welcome to AJS News. We're going to go over all the fun news that happened in the gaming world this week.
But first, a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm AngryJoe with the AngryJoeShow, and I'd like to ask you today to subscribe and hit the bell, because YouTube is dumb. Okay, bye.
Excellent. Do it. Do it. Do it now. All right, let's go on to the news.
Well, the first thing we got this week is...
Do it. Sorry.
Is Riot Games. Remember, we talked a little about Riot Games. They had a little bit of they had a culture that was...
Oh, yeah.
Horrible and shitty, and they had a COO who's kind of a piece of shit who would
farting in people's faces.
He was farting in people's faces. He was touching their butts and their balls, humping them for comedic effect, and they just had an environment that women were not being promoted. They were not getting raises. There were all sorts of problems.
Did their walkout, and they allowed them to do the walkout.
They allowed,
It's not that effective. So what happened?
So and then they actually said that we're no longer going to force people to go to arbitration. That you can actually sue us if you want, but the real big lawsuits we're still going to go do through our arbitration. So that finished. They've released a preliminary settlement. Everyone on the employee side seems to be happy about it. We don't have exact details, and it still has to be court approved, but everyone seems happy. It looks like Riot is going to have to pay some money because of the practices that their management and their C-level executives had. So
okay, good to hear that at least something's coming from it.
Yeah,
maybe not the everything that they wanted, but there's movement on it on the good side.
Yeah, it's really important because some of video game companies, there's sometimes they call it like the bro mentality where you walk around and you're just like for whatever reason they want to touch each other's balls, and it's not a fun environment for everybody, particularly women.
It's so fucking weird.
Joe knows all about that.
No,
he was in, football, and he was grabbing people's asses and stuff.
Never happened.
Yeah. Really?
You
good?
Slap each other on the ass.
Good gaming each other.
Well,
like it.
Okay, the way it's different
when we play football, Joe. You don't
good
remember?
Job.
Yeah,
you do that in the field, not in the shower. Not in the shower.
I don't do very good at football.
How often are you guys showering when I'm...
Whoa, listen here.
What is going on?
Next
news story!
All right, so GameStop and Game Informer in particular. So Game Informer is owned by GameStop. Their stock is still not doing very well, but they said they had mass layoffs this week, which was actually surprising for a couple reasons. One, a lot of the layoffs came at Game Informer. 7 out of the 38 Game Informer staff were also let go. What I found interesting about the story and we're sharing is Game Informer has a circulation of 6.6 million paid subscribers and is enough to bill itself as the 5th largest consumer publication in the U.S. I had no idea that they were that big.
I thought that they were hurting. I heard they started firing people, letting people go.
Yeah, so they let 7 out of the 38 people were let go. A bunch of managers all over the place because GameStop's not doing particularly well. They went from
it was GameStop itself. If the parent company is not doing well, then obviously Game Informer is
losing a couple people, which is kind of the only department that they have that was actually performing well. And so it was it's interesting to see that they let those people go.
Yeah.
But
that sucks.
Since the last we talked about them, their stock's dropped another 50 cents, which is huge because it was only $4, so they're down to $3.50, which is they're just getting lower and lower, not doing real well. People who are doing well, Sony bought Insomniac Games this last week, and they're the developers of Spider-Man on PS4. It sold 13.2 million copies. So
at the same time, they're taking back Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Go check out my angry rant on that.
Game, but maybe not a good movie. Right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is that let's not forget that Sony is turning it around. Let's not forget Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep.
Damn good film. If you haven't seen it, I think it's on Netflix.
I just hope they don't go the Spider-Man 3 route.
Yeah, that was
dancing in the doorway.
But it was unique, Joe. You got to give it that. It was something different. Not good.
Unique? I don't know about
Not
unique.
good.
Oh, yeah.
But
it was something, all right.
What they're got to be doing at this point is they're going to take Tom Holland and actually have him meet Tom Hardy. It's going to be Venom and Spider-Man. They can't. That's the best they got, and so they have to go to the best they got. It's the best they got. So,
but you remember what Carnage looked like? It made me so sad.
Yeah, that'll be funny, man. I'm looking.
I don't want it to be funny. I want it to be
I'm
good.
looking forward to it. Yes, you're right. Because I don't want them to screw it up like Spider-Man 3 screwed up Venom. But at least they got Venom right in a way, and I hope he gets his spider, grows a tarantula like Venom has, instead of the stupid white veins bother me. I saw a truck, Joe, drive by. It had a Venom spray paint on it, but it was the movie version Venom because it was the white veins. I was like, man, get the normal version of Venom. Anyways,
Well, this is kind of
it's hot, Joe. It's hot out there. That's why we went. Well, hey, Sonic, you want to sponsor us?
Yeah,
Huh? It is hot in Texas.
Cherry
100
limeade.
degrees.
It's
Cherry
delicious.
limeades are good.
Mm-hmm. Well, this Sony acquisition is important because both Sony and Microsoft have been on an acquisition rampage. Microsoft has bought 5 companies, 7 acquisitions since E3 2018. So they're just buying people up all that they can because they know they're ramping up for the next consoles that are coming out. And so rather than just say, look, we're gonna just buy we're gonna buy your game that was gonna be on PS4 and on Xbox. It's like, no, you're making games specifically for us. Microsoft did announce that any company that had said that there will be a PS4 release, they're gonna honor that. But anything new, every new acquisition is gonna be making only games for Xbox.
Oh,
Making some moves.
You want to take back your request for
Yes, fucking brain freeze. But no, it is fucking hot out there. I just washed my car and I was like, oh my god, it's terrible. It's too hot. Let's go to Sonic. Continue, guys. You don't need me. Fuck.
Okay. We got another lead producer leaving BioWare this week for Dragon Age. Now, Dragon Age has had all sorts of problems tying in with Anthem.
Okay,
And
so long story short, let's cut this one short. BioWare is no longer the BioWare that we know.
Well, yeah,
Okay? That's
yeah,
it.
we
It's
knew-
over.
No.
It's done.
Did he say why?
no, he has not announced why. But
There's no reason.
Reason-
It's obvious what the reason is.
yeah.
Yeah, I just want to hear his PR speech, though.
Oh,
No, you don't.
They're in good hands. I'm leaving them in good
I
hands.
can't wait
This
to
is
see
one
what
of
the
the best
next-
teams of
Yeah.
all time.
That's why I'm
That's
leaving.
why I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I get paid really nicely here. Goodbye. No, I'm not laughing. I am laughing, but it's
Yeah, it's not the
nervous
same,
laughter. It's a sad laughter. That it's not the same company, and we have to come to terms with that. Now, that doesn't mean that this new version of BioWare can't make up for their previous failures, and I hope that that's going to be the case with Dragon Age 4. But upon hearing EA's plans for it, live service, all these fucking things, and I don't like hearing it having already been restarted once. Obviously that cuts into development time, and we're getting maybe a rush game. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's taken care of. But mark my words, Joe, if Dragon Age 4 comes out and it's a disaster like Anthem, BioWare's done.
You know what the anonymous
BioWare's
BioWare
done.
employee said about the new Dragon Age game? They called it, and I quote, Anthem with Dragons.
Great.
So it's going to be
Awesome.
real fun. So
Awesome.
I hope that you guys are ready for Anthem
I mean,
with
there's
Dragons.
certain aspects of Anthem that are good.
The
So if you
flying part.
turn those up, then
Yeah, the microtransaction
that's all right.
side.
No,
Bullet
there's
sponge?
No. The lack of fucking armor, the lack of items, the lack of customization, all that
Story, no
stuff
story.
fucking sucked. Story was all right. I liked the
It was this
cutscenes.
big.
I know, but obviously. Why did they say that? That hurt. That makes me really worried. Okay, nah, that's a lie. I don't want to hear it. La 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 la.
He just said,
No,
and
no,
I
no, no.
quote,
And I quote,
and I quote,
Anthem with Dragons.
Nope.
Damn it.
Next.
All right, well,
Dragon Age 4 is going to be awesome, hopefully, because I like that series, and I want that series to be good, and I don't want BioWare to get the axe from EA.
I want those things too. I just don't think it's going to be good.
All right.
Stadia got a new exclusive game
Why are we
that
talking about
everyone is
Stadia?
really excited about. So
Witcher 4?
Or-
Oh, shit! Did you see the shirts for the Switcher? I was making fun of Marcin. I was like, Witcher 5? What the hell was Witcher 4? Where was I out? No, it's Witcher. It's because Witcher's on the Switch, which
Yes.
is awesome, by the way, that they
I
managed
don't-
to cram it on there. Of course, lower graphics. But so what is the exclusive? Witcher 4?
We got Orcs Must Die 3 was just announced as the the big headliner for Google Stadia. So it's going to join, get this. So we got Orcs Must Die 3, Get Packed, which is a party game about moving people's stuff. It actually kind of looks fun. And then Guilt, a spooky adventure game. The thing is, both Orcs Must Die 3 and Guilt both said that they don't want to be exclusive with Stadia and that they should probably see other people. But
it's one of those features.
it's like look. I think
It's not
I don't want to
you.
be. I don't want to be
It's me.
exclusive. It's
Good,
definitely no.
Nice.
It's definitely you.
Wow!
Yeah.
Whoa! Stadia's cool, dude.
Orcs Must Die. It's a cool game. It's like if you like tower defense games, it's real fun. But
Hello,
But
fellow
it's like
kids.
a mobile game. That's what that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's not, but
It's a timed exclusive. The creator's like, whoa, look. We gave it to them for a year because we wouldn't have made it without their money. And
that's fine. I actually do like the idea that these smaller companies, I don't know, can get a game where it wouldn't otherwise exist.
Yes.
Then that I guess that's fine. But it's not going to make me want to buy Stadia or go
Yeah.
to Stadia. I don't know how much impact it has. I don't know Stadia's service. I don't know if it fucking sucks balls. All the things. In Austin,
Send us Stadia.
we're a Google city, so I think in Austin
We are
it'll
Google
be
City,
all
but
right.
do you have
but
Google Fiber?
everywhere else,
Do you have
no,
Google Fiber?
We don't have
I don't have
Google
Google Fiber.
Man,
This
I was
down
promised.
south.
I
was promised.
I have a flyer that says Google
Where
Fiber.
is it? Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Where is it?
I'll ask my
Google?
friend. He works
Tired
for
of
Google.
this shit.
I ask him like, hey, can you hook it up?
Yeah, get us one wire from downtown to my
Yeah,
house.
all the way-
Joe.
all the way over.
Seriously. And then I'll get Google Stadia. All right.
Yeah, so for the 7 people that have pre-ordered Google Stadia, you get a new game. But
Seven people.
you have to pay for it, and you have to pay for Stadia and good internet, and then the controller, and then I'm sure there's something else.
And hopefully you live in
A
Chicago.
subscription.
Yeah,
service.
Chicago or Minneapolis are the only 2
Yes.
towns where it's like
And
going to really
Austin.
work. Well, yeah,
Downtown.
maybe.
Yeah,
Until they go
I
away.
don't know.
Well, we got another news from exclusive games this week. So the game The Dark was announced late last year on Steam, became quickly one of the 50 most wish-listed indie games. And then big excitement, independent creator. And then at the end of last month, the day before the Ooblets thing, he put out his trailer. Epic contacted him and said, look, we'd love for you to be an Epic exclusive. And he said, look, I can't. I've already committed. I've told everyone it's already on the wish list. I'm going to continue to do as I was. And he didn't speak poorly about them. He's not trashing people that did take the money because he understands that some indie developers literally they have to be able to pay themselves. Yeah. They have to eat. They've got roofs over their head they've got to pay for. So he wasn't trashing them. He just said, no, look, I can't do it. I've given my word that it's going to come out on Steam, and he stuck to it. And he was in the perfect situation because that's when Ooblets kind of screwed everything up.
Yeah.
And people were so happy with him that they bought his game. They bought a lot of it. And it was actually so successful that just 2 days ago, he announced that there's going to be free DLC to anyone who's already bought the game.
Look at that.
And so things actually worked out for him. So it's nice to see that some people will stick to their word and just say, look, some things are more important.
Yeah, I'll look into that game.
It's hard to
Maybe buy
find.
it. Maybe give it a little support buy instead of the Ooblets.
Well-
Who did the thing?
Yeah,
They did the.
yeah,
They did the thing.
Yeah, that is a great example of what not to do when dealing with your community. The last thing I want to talk about this week is we got the clickbait of today is there's a PS5 leak, but
Oh shit! What's it look like?
it looks like
looks-
that.
Whoa! That look like shit. What
Yeah.
the fuck is
It looks
that?
like something you sit on while you're shitting,
What
right?
is that?
It does,
Yeah.
it does look like a little 5-year-old potty train thingamajiggy,
Yeah.
or it
Yeah, I
look
can
like
see
it's got
that.
a
Booster
cup
seat.
holder.
Yeah, cup holder, yeah.
You know,
I would like that.
It's like a seated.
like
if
that.
you're real
Little
small,
cool.
you can just sit in it and keep you warm because that thing's probably hot.
Heat up your
I'm
cocoa.
gonna use it. I want it now.
Oh, yeah.
Put that down.
Yeah, this is why we make them use lids and straws like sippy cups. Well, this actually isn't the leak of what the PS5 looks like. It's not even a leak of what the dev.
I'm seeing articles like, check it out. I was like, clickbait.
No. So what happens is these console developers, they send consoles to people who make the games, and they're not the finished ones. Actually, we'll actually show you a picture of what the PS4 one looked like, which is just like a big, ugly suitcase-looking thing. And so this isn't even what it will look like when it gets sent to the devs. This is a 3D render of what it could look like when they eventually pre-send it to the devs for development,
something like
and then
this.
The dev kit, which looks nothing like the final, is what this looks like possibly, maybe.
Possibly,
Yes.
maybe. So,
all right, but it is quite an interesting design, and I think Sony was trying to get people to take it down, so it might actually be real. But that doesn't mean that's the design of the PS5. That's just what the dev kit. It's incredibly awkward looking, and it is fascinating. So, got no problem with people making articles on it, but don't be like, "This is the new PS5."
No, it's not.
No.
what if they
Goddamn.
What if they build like the PS5 and then there's that slot and they're gonna put something like a new Sony thing that just fits perfectly and you can just kind of make your own like Voltron Sony thing, like entertainment Sony
I
machine.
would like that. Connect all of them.
Yeah, that's the
Transformer.
waste, and then you've got like your I guess it already has a Blu-ray player. What
That'd be
else
sweet.
Sony make now?
I don't
Like
know, but
they
you
got
can
Spider-Man
attach
and
the old
PlayStation?
consoles together, and they will transform into the PlayStation 9.
And if you turn
what was the orb one? Do you remember that commercial a long fucking time ago? Is that
the
was
fake
that
one,
the PS9 or the PS5 that we're coming up on it? Or no, it was the
well-
PS something, and it was like the orb.
and that'll fit right in there. Yeah.
And that'll be the head. And
And if you ever turn them on at the same time, your house lights on fire because there's too much heat coming off the
Yes.
back. So don't do that.
Sweet. Yeah, not too much gaming news over the past week. It's kind of a down, but it's about to hit hyperdrive.
Yes.
We're going into September, October. These are insanely busy times. So, Joe, prepare your butts for doing angry reviews and things. We got Control coming up first. It's not that funny. It's just a butt. And then you've
but it's
got
his butt.
Blair with Prepare Your Butts, children and people.
But you said
Okay.
Joe.
I
You
did say Joe specific.
Yeah, I was just like, why is only he preparing his butt?
All right, you're just gonna take. Okay, butts for everyone, Alex. Just prepare everybody's butts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Joe.
Control.
Prepare everybody's butts.
Blair Witch.
The
I
next
think is
month
ones that we really want to
We're
do.
gonna have Borderlands 3. That was
Oh right,
Oh,
Borderlands 3. So it's gonna get busy here, and thank you so much for watching.
Yep.
Make sure you check out some
That's
merch.
it.
Like and subscribe. It's free. Not the merch, just the liking. And
Yeah, the
subscribing.
liking and
Yeah.
subscribing.
Buy
is
the merch.
free.
It's
Our
good.
content
Ding
is
the
free.
dong. Ding the
Support
dong.
us by buying the merch so that we can continue to bring you news, reviews,
All
and
the good
analysis. And by the way, there's like a new Star Wars reveal, so we're gonna go and film that and do a reaction for that. Go check that out. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.